Steve Ennis here to share with you as we continue on our journey, leading in tough times. I'm so glad that you're with me today, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll trust that these videos, again, are adding tremendous value to your life and to your leadership. You know, the true test of leadership is how well you function in a crisis. That's a quote by Brian Tracy. And I trust that on this particular day, you can evaluate how well you are functioning in the midst of a crisis, even right now, as our world literally is facing one. How well are you doing? Think about that for a moment. How well am I doing? How well am I doing in facing reality? How well am I doing in seeing the big picture? And how well am I doing in making good choices? Am I practicing on a regular basis the important role of making good choices? Okay? It's so important to make good choices even when you're facing a tough time. So here we go. I gave you the last time. I shared with you choices that you make before a crisis. And today I'm going to share with you a couple of things that you can do, a couple of choices that you can make even in the midst of a crisis. Okay, I can hear you too, right? This is what you really want, right? What do you do? What kind of choices do you make during a crisis? And here's some things I want to share with you that I've learned in my life, all my life, and as far as dealing with crisis as a family guy and growing up in my home with my parents before I got married. Some of these principles apply in any type of scenario in regards to choices that you and I can make during a crisis. Number one, courageous decisions. It's important to make courageous decisions during a crisis. What is it that must be done? I learned that lesson when I was 16 years old. My father had Alzheimer's, and my mom walked in my room one day, and my dad was sick, and my mom asked me, she said, "What do we do? Do we put your dad in a nursing home, or do we keep him at home and try to work through this?" I'll never forget it. 16 years old, I looked at my mom. I said, "Well, Mom, I think we can make it. I think we can keep Dad at home and do the best that we can." 4 years later, my father passed, but my mom and I look back over those years, and that was a courageous decision that I made at 16 years old. But at the very same time, it wound up being a decision that we were able to manage, and it wound up being a courageous decision that brought us some courageous results. Number two, priority decisions. What is it that must be done first, right? Peter Drucker said it this way. He said, "First things first and last things not at all." So it's important to recognize again that if you're taking notes, you can take these choices that you make during a crisis and use them somewhat as a grid, if you will, to line up some of the things that are going on in your life. And again, at the same time, you can ask yourself, what choices do I need to make? What courageous decisions I need to make? What priority decisions I need to make? And number three, get this, what change decisions I need to make? Change decisions. And again, change decisions simply means, what is it that must be done differently? And my friends, I got some good news for you. The crisis that we're in right now as a nation, as a country, and as a world, okay, it will come to pass. It will not last forever. This is not the end of the world. But guess what? When this is all over and it's all said and done, we will have to do things different. There'll be a lot of choices that we're going to be making be totally different than it was before this crisis showed up. And that's true in a family's life as well as leader in your business world as well. Okay? Number four, the fourth type of decision you need to make are creative decisions. Creative decisions. Have you noticed that, again, the platform I'm using now, videos, Zoom, other different platforms of media, how a lot of us in the nonprofit world as well as the for-profit world, we actually brought out and learned how to do video stuff, right? Virtual meetings with our clients and with our congregations and so forth and so on. Why? Because we had to learn how to think creatively. And have you ever noticed in your past life as well that when a crisis shows up, it's so vitally important to tap into your creativity? And so number five, the fifth type of decision you need to make, I love this one, and it happens to be support decisions. Support decisions. Who can help me? Because my friend, I hope that through these videos, we'll bring you some support. It's so important that we all have other people that can help us. No one can make it by themselves. You need some help. We all need some help. Support decisions. Who is it in your life, in your world right now, that you can call on to get some help from? This is Steve Dennis. I've enjoyed sharing with you on today's video.